All right, let's continue on. So I think what we might do is, what do you guys want to do first? You want to do the MM830 first, MK730, or you want to do the Hyper 212 Black Edition? What do you guys want to do open first? Let us know in the chat. Playing Trunks on my dailies. I'm just going to pull it from PC to, yeah, exactly right. That's pretty good. I've had no complaints about it with them. That's good. 212. Sound is crisp as hell. Mic sounds brilliant for a built-in mic. That's absolutely fantastic, Deadlocks. All right, so let's do it with the 212. So who here in the chat is still using an air cooler for their PC? Get these things opened up. So a lot of people have been deterred in regarding to Zelda. Having G933's mic was pretty good and the wiring setup was pretty poor. After 6 months of folding up and down, the wire broke. Oh, really? That's no good. I've got the rigs. We've got to upgrade you those. And Seco. Cron, I've still got a stock cooler. I'm old school. I had the G933s, had firmware issues, mic issues, went back to wide, and the HyperX Cloud revolvers. Ooh. I'm yet to actually see the revolvers yet, to be honest. I had 933s. They're actually not a bad headset. All right. So, 212. Going back to my question. You guys, a few of you in the chat have actually said you've actually still running air coolers. Is it a deterrent that you'll run air coolers because you don't want to run any coolant or any liquid into your system? Or do you prefer air cooling as a solution for your CPU? Had all those shit themselves within a year. Devo spending 300 plus on them. Yeah. I get heat issues like once a year in Tassie. Oh, really? I'm surprised you get any heat issues in Tassie at the moment. Huge fan. Cooler master on my PC case fan. Oh, yeah. What sort of case have you got? What is the model of the case, Horion? Once you go liquid cooling, going back. I've got to admit there, I've had most of my PCs, are actually 95% of my PCs that I've had, have all been liquid cooled. And the only reason why there was air cooled, for any reason, is due to the fact that I was actually waiting for parts, or the all-in-one cooler that I was waiting for wasn't in stock, so I had to order it in. But most of the time, I'll run an air cooler if I've got a liquid cool system, all the parts are waiting, and I can't wait to actually use my machine. I'll slip an air cooler to it just for the sake of it, so I can use it, and then rip the air cooler right off. But there is absolutely no issues running an air cooler, especially from this. So if you're scared to actually use an all-in-one or go custom loop, and you're afraid to actually go, obviously to go ahead with that. Now, these coolers are actually fantastic. So Cooler Master have done a fantastic job in their cooling solutions in regarding to, especially air coolers, because I've actually got this one here, and I've got this one here as well, which is still in box. Yes, I've got the Master Air MA621P. So this is actually the reason why I'm not unboxing this one yet, because I'm still waiting for my AMD system to come in, which will hopefully should be here next month or so, because it's actually specifically made for the TR4 socket. And this is a massive cooler, and it's a really good solution. So hopefully when the AMD system comes in, I'll definitely be using this soon. So I'll let you guys know when that comes up. The only reason why I haven't taken it out yet is because I'm waiting for my TR4 motherboard and CPU to come in from AMD. I never have a PC using liquid cooling. I need to do something soon. 3 to 4 days ago, pretty bad. Might have a few days summer. See, i9 900K gets toasty. I'm using mine. I'm actually using the ML240 on my 900K, overclocked to 5 gigahertz. And it doesn't go above 50 degrees. And it's on load. 50, 55 degrees on load, which is pretty good on an all-in-one. But I'm looking at actually building up my custom build. So hopefully some of the parts should arrive before December, and then I'll probably build it over the Christmas break, which will be a full custom loop, because I'm thinking about either upgrading my GPU. I've still got my Titan XP, and I was that close to actually upgrading it this week. But then after the rumors I heard from NVIDIA itself, and obviously getting rumors directly from NVIDIA regarding to their new GPU lineup, I'm probably going to skip the 20 series and go straight to the 3000 series when it gets released. Because look, my Titan XP still runs well. Most of my games between 120 to 160 FPS on AAA titles. World of Warcraft 500 FPS plus, World of Warships 400 FPS. So for me to upgrade from, because I bought the Titan XP and it was the last one, the better generation model they brought out, it wasn't really a major jump. So the only RTX card I've actually currently got at the moment, because I have to send the other ones away for when I had it before review, is my laptop, which is a GS65, and it's running an RTX 2070. So yeah. Tune's always been the best video cooler, especially for the value. Exactly right. I'm basically on Olive right now watching 2 Twitch streams, both 1080p, sitting at 45. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, all right, let's have a look at this. Get this thing opened up. So like I said, it is the Hyper 212 Black Edition. So obviously there is no RGB on this, thank God. If you guys know, obviously I am not a massive RGB fan. I don't mind it, I like static colors, but I'm not a fan of the rainbow. So let's see what's in the box here, and we'll pull the cooler out and actually see what's in the cooler. Here we go. Nothing in the box. We'll pull the cooler out first, and then I'll see what's in the box. All right, so it's got a manual here. Show you how to install it. So there's a cooler here. Comes with a single 120mm fan. It's probably got the option. Oh no, I don't think it does. I think you'll be able to install another fan on this. You can do, well, you probably could if you really wanted to. If you had room here, you can probably get another fan installed here. I have another clips, but I'm not sure if I give you the clips. So I'll have to check in here. So you look at the heat pipes here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on either side of it, and it's giving you massive, and you can actually tell by the machining that Cooler Master have done here has been absolutely nice. Look, there's no machine marks on here. So obviously when you're going to install your CPU straight onto it, it's going to actually get really good contact on here, and obviously using probably Cooler Master's cooling solutions. And yeah, it does give another clip, which I'll explain to you guys in a second. And then you've got your heat pipes coming out from here as well. So I've got to see that Cooler Master have actually done a really, really good job on this in regard to this. And for price, bang for buck in regard to what they actually can offer as well for a cooling solution. This actually isn't really that much. And if you were scared to upgrade from, obviously to go from, you know, just a stock fan to liquid cooling, even all in once, this will be your next step to go. And I've actually used the other version of, not the 212, the one above this one, which is the exact same size, to be honest, and it worked absolutely fine. It kept the machine cool, not a problem at all. And yeah, so even the build quality on this has been really, really good. Fin stack on here seems pretty tough here as well. Heat pops go right through on either end, right through in the middle here as well, and same one on the other side. So obviously if you wanted to unclip the fan, so if you want to use a single fan solution, you can. So this is actually a push config. So it's pushing the air through. And then if you want to put it onto this side and do a pull config, you can actually pull the air through here as well and pull it through here, which is pretty good as well. But like I was explaining to you guys in a second here, Cooler Master do supply you with an extra set of clips. So if you wanted to add a push-pull config to this, it can be done very, very easily as well. So you can either buy another fan, if we've got a fan at home, or you can actually set up, say, RGB fans if you really, 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 really wanted to. Yeah, you can have 2 fans set up here, so you can do a push-pull config, or you can just do a push config, or you can just do a pull config on here as well, which is really good. Obviously, it is made for AMD and NVIDIA CPUs. It's giving the option here as well, so if you do install 2 fans, you can install your fan header onto this, and it's going to go straight to the motherboard, so you're not taking up much motherboard space on your fan headers. Comes with the clips. It's got some grommets on here as well, and if you really wanted to, you had no choice whatsoever, Cooler Master do supply the Master Pro thermal paste here as well. Thermal paste I use here in the studio, and I've been using it for probably over 5 or 6 years plus, maybe even more, is the Arctic Silver 5, and I absolutely love it. If you guys would have seen my social media posts I would have done, I think it was on Monday, I was actually repasting my Titan XP, and that actually, well, I'll let you guys know before I even put it into social media, I ended up dropping about 10 degrees alone just on that, which was fucking good. Any good apps checking temperatures on GPUs or PC in general? Hardware info you can use there, exactly. MSI Afterburner is a really good program as well. So MSI Afterburner will actually put your specs, or actually your current stats, on the screen as well on the OSD. Gives you the option for that, which is that's actually what I use at home to obviously overclock my graphics card, and obviously keep an eye on temperatures and obviously usage as well, CPU usage, memory usage, GPU usage. So MSI Afterburner, that's something I definitely recommend, 100%. So like I said, it gives a backplate as well. So you get the backplate for the back of your motherboard, and you've got a few configs on here as well. So you've got Intel, AMD, and yeah, so it's really, really good. Well done here to Cooler Master. But like I said, if you're looking for a cheap cooler, air cooler that you want to use, and unsure of, obviously, if you're going to liquid cooling or don't want a custom loop, but you just want to move away from the standard cooler you've got with your computer that comes with it. If obviously you buy an Intel CPU or even AMD, the AMD Wraith coolers are actually really good. I'm actually currently using this on the AMD system here. Have no problems whatsoever. But the Intel base coolers, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. If you were going to stay air cooled, I'll definitely recommend aftermarket, for example, like the 212. I use 5 ceramic for GPU. Oh, really? I've been using Arctic Silver for years and I've had no problems whatsoever with that. Can we talk how sick that hoodie is? Recall. I'm loving it, to be honest. Magnus have done a very good job on this Pro series with our hoodies. If you guys haven't seen it, here look pretty good. All customized, can be purchased from the store. So yeah, if you want to get purchasing that, if one of the admins are in, can they put the link in the chat, please? Be much appreciated. All right, so we've got 2 more to go. Let's just go straight to the MM830. So the MM830 mouse here has 24,000 DPI. It's got hidden D-pad as well, and an OLED display. Also has position wheel. It's got, like I said, 424K max DPI, and apparently quality materials. It comes with 16.7 million RGB illumination colors as well. Thank God for that. Let's get it open. Spi's good, mate. I have no issues at all. I'm actually running, like I said, I'm running one now at the moment, and the CPU is running awesome. So I'm running a 3700X in the system, which I'll be doing some testing and some reviews on that as well coming up soon. Once I get rid of all these products, some of the videos I'll be doing next are going to go back to what I used to be doing when I first started the channel. It'll be on my YouTube channel, obviously, and be more tutorials, how to use it, sort of benchmarking, testing. That's the things I absolutely love doing. But yeah, since I've opened up the review side of this channel, I've been flooded with products to get out for, obviously, for the partners and sponsors, and obviously just companies are sending out products for me to review. So trying to catch up to doing even a normal video, which I love doing, I just haven't had the chance to even do that so far. So yeah, it's just been one thing after another here, and been absolutely flat out trying to organise the studio, organise this lighting. I've actually got a few soft boxes coming in, which I bought today. Hopefully they'll be here, I think Monday. So the lighting will be a lot different as well. Actually, how's the lighting on the channel? Let me know, guys. DJ Bing Bing, how you going? Depending, DJ. So most of the time, once I've reviewed a product and I've ended up using it, I've got a whole stack of mice that I've got at home. I had Josh A actually pretty much ask me why the hell, because I actually took a photo and he saw all my mice sitting there. He goes, why have you got 5 mice? I go, honestly, I end up chopping and changing my mice. Some of them might get used to something else and just want to start using something. But depending on the product itself, so most of the time I'll keep and I'll go back here, and if I need something, I've got something here to use. And depending on example, like coolers and stuff, they always get used in machines, and we can obviously testing. So if I need to obviously test air cooling, I've got a few coolers I can test with. all-in-one's the same thing, but most of the time, if it's a giveaway, when they request a product for a review, I'll request for two. So one will be for me to keep in regard for the review channel and for the studio, and the new product will be for giveaway as well. But it's been a while since I've done a giveaway with products, so you might see some new giveaways coming out soon, hopefully next month, coming into December, Christmas. Might be doing a few giveaways there, coming into obviously the 4 weeks of Christmas. Never know, but do stay tuned to our social media, and we'll keep you updated of that if there's going to be any products given away with PC419. What else? Slight glare on the windows, but looks good. Yeah, you can't. I've got soft boxes coming in, so I really can't do much about that. Good lighting makes you look cute. Thanks, noob. What do you think of the products after? Oh yeah. Sorry, DJ, I've already answered that. I use two Logitech Pro Wireless and the G502. Ooh, very nice. Perfectly fine, but when the hand movement is low, DPI is high. When I was younger, I would use 1200 DPI. Because you're going back to 12 Days of Christmas. Freddie, thank you very much for the biddies. Much appreciated. Welcome to the chat. I'm currently saving up to upgrade my laptop to a desktop. Hopefully I can manage to win something to save the costs. So what are you looking at building? Let us know in the chat. We'll see what your sort of build guide is going to be. Actually, what I was thinking of doing coming into December, would you guys like to see a low tier, mid tier, and top tier builds from AMD and Intel? What my recommendations will be in price range? Let me know in the chat, and if there's enough people in here to actually want to do it, I might actually consider making a video for that. But going back to the MM830, I've actually been using this probably for about a week or so now, and I've got to say, it's actually not a bad mouse from Cooler Master. It's probably one of their top tier mouses from their designs. It has got a D-pad here as well, so it's across here. This does light up. I can plug it in and show you guys in a second. Yes, it goes to 24,000 DPI, which I have used, and it is absolutely freaking quick. Mainly used for CSGO, to be honest. 100% good idea. Yes, upload it. All right. Do you know what? Recall, just for you, I might make it. I've been saying it, I was going to be doing it for a while. And I've got a few reviews to pump out. And then after I pump them out, I'm actually going to do my next. I'll actually try and get that squeezed in. And now it's picking up both of them. So here we go. This is the MM830, which I can't see now. So this is the MM830. RGB here, RGB here, obviously the Cooler Master logo. There is no Cooler Master sign in here, it's just the logo lit up. You've got your DPI settings, so you change them. You can use the Cooler Master Portal software as well, and I'm actually changing the RGB here at the same time. It has got the D-pad on here. I have not used any of the software that's actually going to be corresponding with this OLED screen. Bring it up here. It's probably going to be this. It's not flickering. It's actually working fine. The camera's picking up the LED screen like it's flickering. So I don't think it's flickering like that. Actually, I might try on the GH5. See guys, does it come up like that? There you go. So that's it there. So it's an OLED screen. I don't know if you'll be able to actually configure this. I haven't actually gone that far into it yet. So yeah, I haven't gone that far into it yet in regarding to this here. I don't know why they're not. It's probably it's the FPS settings on that camera up there. Doesn't matter. If you've got an RGB here as well, lights. It does go to 24,000 DPI. It does feel pretty comfortable. So we'll do a bit of comparison here. So you've got the M2 from Xtrfy, the MM830 from Cooler Master, and then you've got the MM530 from Cooler Master as well. So you can see here, there's always slight different designs. And if you look at the Cooler Masters here as well, you can see very similarities in regard to the ergonomics and the design as well. Very, very similar. And then obviously you've got the Xtrfy, which looks like the old school. Actually, you know what? Reminds me of the Surface mouse. Surface mouse, and also the Apple mouse as well that comes with your Mac. So yeah, very similar to that, which I'm very surprised. Actually, maybe they got the design from that. But like I said, Cooler Master itself, The MM830 doesn't have the Cooler Master, it's got the Cooler Master logo that lights up, doesn't have Cooler Master writing on here. You've got your DPI settings here, which you can change, and also change your RGB lighting as well. And then you've got your scroll wheel here at the same time. This one looks like a Razor. What's now? This one's about 80, I think. It's MM530. So I've been looking at the particular specs for the changes some things. 3700X, pretty good. B450 motherboard, 16 gig of RAM, RTX 2070 Super, primary storage, 512 gig, 2 terabyte and LAN. What was your motherboard? B450 gaming chipset. Okay. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. That system there, you'll play pretty much most of the AAA titles of today. And it's actually not, that wouldn't be too bad price. If you're probably looking about two and a half, I say, for that machine. Let's set a system, myself built the latest PC. It cost me about, in the last 20 years of my upgrades have been about $400. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, dude, for $2.5 grand. Yeah, it does. Most of the new boards will automatically update more Deldo. Yeah, $2.5 grand easy. So anyway, moving these two away, you've already seen the M2 from Xtrfy. Going back to the MM830. So, in the hands, it's the size of the mouse, depending how it feels in there. I don't mind having this thumb rest. It actually does help, and it does help support your palm as well. So obviously when you're using it, it does give you a bit more support. I've used this in a few games now, especially with CSGO, and found it was actually not too bad, to be honest. So I've actually got a few mice at home from the Sparta. I've got the Corsair Iron Claw, which is probably one of my favorites, to be honest. And I've also got the Kony XTD, which is probably the most comfortable. And then the Sparta as well, which is probably the largest mouse that I've got. And that's actually not too bad as well. But for the price, bang for buck, $80, you really can't complain. The MM830 is you know, a pretty good mouse if you didn't want to spend too much money on a mouse. So it all depends on budget and peripherals, what you want to buy, and obviously what you want to get. And obviously how much you want to spend end of the day as well. PC for one, I keep the older PC give, they 8800 GDX and TNT too. Ooh, what have I got back here? I have got my old, which is, I actually do have an 8800. I've got an A600 as well. I have got my my 260, and this is a gigabyte, I'm pretty sure. It's a ASUS, sorry. My ASUS 260, and this was, back in the day, an absolute beast of a graphics card. If you have one of these in SLI, you were loaded. And then what you'll do is you'll buy this, your 260 or your 280, right? And then you'll use your 8800 or your 8600 for your physics card. That's how far back I go. I love keeping my old school cards back here. So I've got my 6970s. I've got my GTX 590, which is dual GPU. So it's got two 580s in here. This is another beast of a card, but I'm pretty sure on this card here, one of the GPUs is faulty. So it still works, not a problem at all, but you just can't enable SLI. So if you have this into your machine, you can actually put this in SLI and yeah, make that work as well. Put that back there without dropping the whole thing. All right, so what have we got last? We've got the MK730 from Cooler Master. I've been using this for the last 3-4 days. I did a special order on this. I had to actually get one in. So Scorptech were absolutely fantastic. I actually got in contact with them, said I needed one tomorrow, I need one now. I'm going to be testing it. I'm getting another one for a review, but I want to take one with me because there's actually no sample reviews left in Australia, so I have to go get one myself. Spoke to Scorptech about this and said, look, can I get a keyboard? I want to start working with it, Start using it at home, and I've got a LAN coming up next week. I need one straight away, and the good guys there literally paid for it, packed it, and the next morning I had it, which was absolutely fantastic. So thank you once again, Scorptech and Cooler Master as well, eventually when they send me out the air review sample. This has got the Cherry MX brown switches. So it comes in browns, reds, and blues. Yes, it is. It's 10 keyless. So you got the MK730, and then you've got the MK, I don't know if you're going to fit them all in here, the MK750. So this one's still sealed up. And you never know. Speaking of giveaways, this might be my next giveaway for you guys. That's the reason why I still seal them. I ain't going to open it up. But I've actually got another one here. That's the reason why I'm still using it. So if you guys want to see what the MK750 actually looks like, that is the MK750. But I'll open up the 730 in a second now, and I'll show you guys what the 750 actually looks like compared to 730 itself. So let's do a proper unboxing. Put this back here. It's not so much about having big hands, because the actual size of the keyboards are the same. Like I said, its only difference is 10 keyless. So depending on your desk space, and if you don't use your numpad, most people prefer it. If you take your keyboard around a lot, obviously if you want to use one specific keyboard and you travel a lot, you don't want to carry a full-size keyboard, you can use the MK730 or any 10 keyless keyboard. Okay, so taking out of the box, like I said, I have used this. I've reboxed it. It does come with the palm rests, which is very comfortable here as well. It's got it's like a very sponge material. Get that out in a second. It comes with obviously a guide and how to use the macro keys as well from the keyboard itself. You can change the keycaps on this, which will probably not open them ones, but then it comes here as well. Now the good thing about Cooler Master, and thank God they've actually done this as well, the MK750 and 730 and the 830 as well, or the 850 they've got, all have USB Type-C, which I absolutely love. For the sake of an extra $3 or $4 to convert from micro USB to USB Type-C, this is literally a winner for me. No matter what brand it is, or how good it is, or whatever it is, if it's USB Type-C, especially, yeah, I've had so many keyboards with micro USBs, yeah, just fail on me, break, they snap easy eventually, yeah, I just hated it. So I'll put this away for a second here, and I'll show you the MK730, and there it is there. So it does come up here. This does light up. It's got a little Cooler Master symbol here, and it is magnetic, so that wrist rest will sit there. And then you can change your keycaps. So you've got on your keycaps here, you've got your arrow keys, so these can be changed to purple, and then you've got your WSAD, and then you've got your escape key here as well. That can be changed, which I might get close up there. You can use a tool. These actually come out pretty easy, to be honest. Like to pop them off, and as you can see here, they're using the Cherry MX brown switches. Front here, you got your USB Type-C connector. I'm not sure you guys can actually see properly. USB Type-C connector, and then you've got your cable that goes through here. So plugging it in is an absolute breeze. So grabbing it, plugging USB-C, putting it out there, having it down here, no problems whatsoever. And there you go. I don't know if I plug this in. I'm going to plug into this. Make sure, see if this works. Power up. Probably not. I'll plug this. And there you go. That's it. So you got your obviously your key here for Cooler Master itself. So you press that. You got your FN keys. Different setups. You can change your colors of the keyboard, change to whatever you want, which is pretty cool. And then you've got obviously how bright you want to go. You want to bring it lower as well. Change the cycle. You guys really can't see it because it's actually pretty bright in here. remove that. If I press escape, it's probably going to just be on the PC. But what I'll do is I'll show you guys the difference between the MK730 and the MK750. I might just unplug this one quickly. Stuff anything up. So there you go. This is the difference between the two. Pretty much, it's the numpad that's missing. That's all there is. Between the two itself, so the 750 does have a wrist rest as well at the same time. So you get wrist rest on both. So it all depends on the size. If you're a person who doesn't use numpads, obviously you've got some media keys as well. The 730 is absolutely fine. This is reds, and these are browns. I don't know if you can hear that. So it's reds. Oh, actually blues, sorry, these are blues. So blues. As soon as I heard them, I'm like, nah, I've actually got reds at home. So actually, no, that's reds. So I'm currently using the blues here, and the one I got sealed up has got the reds. Should have picked it up straight away. So yeah, like I said, so these are the blues, very loud, and then these are the reds, or browns. Keep fucking getting mixed up now, browns and reds. So yeah, between the two, there isn't really much difference bar from this. So if you split this off, it is literally the MK730. No difference at all. RGB, I've been considering going to 10 keyless. Danny, to be honest, I've actually been using this for a few days now, and I'm having no issues whatsoever. But look, I've got the MK850 at home, which has got a shitload of, obviously, media scrolls here, media buttons. I do love having media keys on my keyboard. That's probably my preference, to be honest. But getting used to the MK730, but like I said, the only reason why I really wanted to get one of these ones in particular is one, because I'm taking to Orlando next week, I don't want to take a full-size keyboard, and two, you know what, I just prefer to have a 10 keyless going to those sort of events. Plug this back in again without pressing anything there. Alright, so that's back in. Without touching anything there.